yeah, we've got the big the launch today. This is roughly a 10-day mission that we're doing. Is everybody familiar with what's going on with this? Does everybody know like what the big deal with this is? We're going to the daggone moon, son.
Alrighty, we are back for another stream.
We're going to the daggone moon.
So with this piece of equipment, this console operator who works FTL,
Gonna be here for a little while. Here for a
to support astronauts in deep space exploration.
and get this equipment that he's
So this will be the first time the humans.
So, as of now, we have a level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk for northern Texas, central and western Oklahoma, up into southern Kansas. That includes Wichita, Kansas, Fairview, Oklahoma, Oklahoma City, Chickasha, Lawton, Duncan, and Wichita Falls, and Vernon, and Stillwater, and any other towns that are in between there. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but I'm currently going to get into the live stream here. Going to be a 5% tornado risk here for the tornado probability. Got a 5 sig 1. Sig 1 mean any tornado in this hatched area within 25 miles at any given point in that hatched can be EF2 or greater, which, you know, by the greater point, which some tornadoes or most tornadoes will likely be EF2 or weaker, but there could be some tornadoes in this Sig 1 that could be higher than EF2 intensity, which we've seen that before. So keep your mind on that not all tornadoes in this hatched area could be Sig. They could not all be Sig 2. They could be stronger than that. And we also have a hail risk, a 30% Sig 1 hail. So we have a 5% probability within 25 miles at any given point. You can see a 5% chance of hail within 25 miles at any given point of your location. Same goes for the 15 and the 30. And the wind, same thing for the brown, yellow, and red, 25 miles at any given point in that area. That's the percent of the hazard you have. And then the Sig 1, like all the other risks, has the chance of 75 mile an hour winds and 50 mile radius of your house is pretty much likely at this point if you're in Oklahoma, southern Kansas, and northern Texas. Now we're gonna go back onto the categorical risk, and we got a dual slight risk over here near the East Coast, one in the Ohio Valley here near just south of Columbus, Ohio. And this is driven by there is a 2% tornado risk here. It's not driven, the slight risk isn't driven by it. That's for the marginal. There is a 2% Sig 1 here. Nothing changes as far as the Sig 1 goes. Sig 2, or there's no Sig for wind, so you got a 15% of the probability in within 25 miles at any given point. 15% chance of damaging winds there, and 5 for the 5% here. Okay. And then for the hail, have a low end hail risk, 5%, no Sig, no significant hail expected here. That is your SPC outlook for today. Tomorrow, however, is going to be a larger and more dangerous day. I think tomorrow, if we do not have any morning convection, we will have a moderate risk for tornadoes tomorrow if there is no morning convection from the setup. We will have more. It's getting more likely we'll end up with a 15% Sig 2 tornado risk. Sig 2 would mean EF3 or greater tornadoes is likely. And considerable damage with those tornadoes is obviously likely because you're dealing with intense tornadoes and that at that point. But there is a in the 2%, you have a 2% chance of a tornado within 25 miles at any given point, 5% any 25 miles at any given point, and you get the gist of that. The higher the probability, the higher the chance of you seeing a tornado within 25 miles at any given point in that area. And same for wind and hail. Wind is non-sig, but we do have a 30% wind risk for Chicago, Davenport, and Milwaukee, and Cedar Rapids, and Springfield. And then we have a hail risk. This is not hatched as well. It's a 15% hail risk. So that's it for your day 1 and day 2. Day 3, got a large Sig 1 15 and 30% Sig 1 probability. No tornado, hail, or wind probs on this yet. We'll know more information on this risk tomorrow. So that's it for your SPC outlooks. Now today, we do have a chance of a squall line going through Oklahoma and Oklahoma City and Lawton. But there's a caveat to this. The tornado risk is conditional. Let me make that clear. Today's tornado threat is well in the conditional range. We have low dew points, high temperatures, high dew point temperature spread. We need less than 15 degrees of dew point temperature spread to get tornadoes. Well, sufficient tornado genesis, I should say. We can still get tornadoes, but they're probably not going to be that strong. Hopefully. Hopefully I don't eat my words. Mother Nature likes to screw us over. But that's really about it. Mainly wind and hail today.
Ooh, check this out. The storm in West Virginia is hitting, son. This is it. This is a live view over here near Beckley, West Virginia, of our severe thunderstorm coming through right now. I'm going to add that over here to the sidebar. Oh, daggone it. What happened? It went away.
I'll be right back, guys.
All right, so yeah, this is that severe thunderstorm warning that we was just talking about. It's causing a lot of wind and some heavy rain, lots of lightning too, right here around Beckley, West Virginia. Somebody is chiming in right now on the WeatherWise app, and they're saying the winds are strong. I know, I can see it. And this is just the front leading edge too. I'd say we're seeing 40, maybe 50 mile per hour wind gusts here. We'll see winds a little bit stronger than this. But another big thing here with this storm is going to be the hail. There's some decent sized hail in here. So these guys are driving into a windshield eater. I'll keep that over there. So yeah, Beckley, West Virginia. Get ready east of there near Hinton. Things are about to get more interesting. Let's come back up here. Once again, we had some damage last night. Here's what the storms look like in Oldham County, Kentucky, with Kyle's vantage point there. And then we've also had a lot of flooding up in Ohio since last night. That's been another big thing. All the storms kind of trained over the same areas over and over again. Yep, here's another video from last night from Malachi. The storms were very intense. Here's some hail in Forest, Virginia. And then more imagery from last night. So if you've got videos or photos that you want to share with me, the best way to do that is ryanhallyall.com/submit. Look at that. Pretty significant flooding going on out there in Henry County, Ohio. This is from Seth. And then we got this one from Lars in Switzerland. They got a fresh 8.5 feet of snow in the past 7 days. Wow. Over a foot of snow per day. That's beautiful. That's from Lars in Switzerland. Thank you, Lars, for sending that in. Look at this perfectly round hail. And now you can see the storm coming in to the Burger King there in Monongalia County, West Virginia. Nice tractor shot. So yeah, ryanhallyall.com/submit if you want to send in your photos and videos and all that good stuff. I want to go check in on this storm in Mississippi. We've only got 2 minutes left on this severe thunderstorm warning down here, but the remnants of that storm are moving up into Aberdeen and then eventually up there towards Tupelo. We've got some decent storms down here in Alabama. Let's check in on these. I mean, like, there's nothing crazy going on down here, but some of this stuff is pretty interesting to look at on some of these tower cameras. If we can find one that's decently close. Unfortunately, it looks like all the storms are happening exactly where the cameras aren't. But these are what we call kind of like pulse thunderstorms. They're just popping up because the air is so unstable down here. This happens pretty much every day in the spring and summer down here in the deep south. Some of them do get very intense, though. Let's come back up to West Virginia, where we just got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. Now, this one's got 83,000 people in it. Morgantown, West Virginia. You guys are in the crosshairs of this bad boy right here. This is Marion and Monongalia County. I think I'm saying that right. This is going to go towards Morgantown, Westover, Star City, Cassville, Granville, and Grant Town in West Virginia. We got 83,000 people in there, 40,000 homes, 1-inch hail, and 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is also going to hit places like the Independence Hill Trailer Park, so y'all need to be getting ready for that. This is what it looks like out there in good old Morgantown. Everybody's just driving along, not ready for the thumping they're about to get from this thing. And it's going to thump. Here's our first warning of the day over here in this part of Virginia. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Fairfax, Prince William, City of Manassas, and Manassas Park, Virginia. We've got 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds coming for 250,000 people over here south of Centerville and pretty much right in the town of Manassas. Somebody out here says, stormy. Somebody really is having a great time out here. Bull Run, that's where the worst of the storm is right now. There's your 66 dBz. That's your core. Right there in the middle of Bull Run. Check this out. Check this out. We're going to do something new. We're going to slice this storm in half. You guys ever seen something like this? Boom, boom. There we go. Now we're looking at a 3D, essentially, slice of the storm. You can do this in WeatherWise if you got the Pro Sub. But you can see that we're scanning pretty close to the radar here, so we can actually see pretty close to the ground. We're only about 500 feet up, actually about 1,000 feet up on the closest part of that. But you can see where the heaviest precipitation is inside the cloud and where it's, kind of getting close to the ground, where that downdraft is coming down. Some stronger winds potentially right here to the north and west of Manassas. So we'll be using that a lot. And once again, this is something that you can do as well in WeatherWise. Is inspect the storm, slice it, son. Right now, this radar is 2D. right? We're looking at a 2D slice of a three-dimensional tall storm. So that gives us another access to view there, which is useful. It'll be really useful for debris signatures if there's a tornado, if we're trying to track how high up a correlation coefficient drop goes or a tornado debris signature goes. It'll be really helpful for that. Let's go back to West Virginia, where we just got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning for Greenbrier, Mercer, and Monroe counties. That's going to be for 58 more minutes. That's also going to be for Summers County, West Virginia. This is going to go into Princeton, Lewisburg, and Hidden, Fairleigh, Roncertvate. What in the world? Okay, I need help with this one. Ronceverte? Oh my gosh, I don't even know. This might be the weirdest looking name I've ever seen. And I can't even find it on the map. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you live out here, there's 1,527 people that live here, apparently. Right here. What is this? How do you say that? Ronceverte? Is that right? Am I getting that right? Or Roncevert? Roncevert? Roncevert. Okay, Roncevert. Check this out. I've got the old functionality back. You ready? Roncevert. Roncevert. So now I don't have to remember what this is. I'll just be like, hey guys, this right here is the town of Roncevert. Nice. Nice. All right, let's come back up here to Ohio, where we did just get an upgrade to this severe thunderstorm warning. We've got a tornado possible, considerable damage threat, severe thunderstorm warning over here for Morgan and Washington counties in Ohio. Now, this one right here is packing a daggone punch. We've got a viewer here that says it's really picking up. Viewer, you're actually about to get smacked here by 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds. Hopefully, the worst of the storm is going to go just to your south. But my goodness, this part down here, right around Wolf Creek, this area is getting absolutely beaten up by, once again, 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds right now. So you've got to get indoors and away from windows in Watertown and Rainbow out here right on the Ohio-West Virginia border. Let me put a track on this. That's going off to the east pretty much at 32 miles per hour. Potentially up to tennis ball size hail with this. The storm is pretty much getting stronger. It's 100% producing hail. It's on average about 40,000 feet tall. I'd say at the peak of it, it's even taller than that. Look at this. Yeah, about 46,000, 47,000 feet tall. That's a very tall storm. If you're on a flight right now, anywhere, over West Virginia on the southern side of Ohio, or even up here around Pittsburgh, you could probably see this thing. Dang, son. And again, it's going to be in Churchtown doing damage in 18 minutes. Rainbow, 26 minutes. Stanleyville, 32 minutes. Kaywood, 34 minutes. Cornerville, 35 minutes. And Cow Run in 42 minutes. This one right here is it's a big storm. All right, so we're going to go over here to our storm in Washington, D.C. again, or just to the south and west of there. And we are going to continue to track this one as well. We've got a strong storm moving over here towards Burke Center and Burke. We do have 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds coming down to the south and east here towards the Fountainhead Regional Park. Let's go all the way down here to Louisiana, by the way, near Bogalusa. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning on this storm for Washington Parish in Louisiana. So things are picking up down here in the south as well. This is going to be moving up into Mississippi soon. And then, yeah, we still do have a severe thunderstorm warning over here in Elliott County, Johnson County, and Morgan County in Kentucky. The storm that went through West Liberty is looks like it's kind of calming down a little bit now. But we've got somebody in the path here saying that they're waiting on the storms. Well, it's coming for you. It'll be there in a few minutes, and it's still got quarter-size hail, and it's still strengthening to an extent. So we'll watch that as it gets closer to you. Also, over here in Lexington, Kentucky, you guys are about to get hit pretty good on the northwest side of town. I don't know if any of our Lexington cameras are working, but that would be cool if they were. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's been a while since we've had good luck out of those. But a decent storm right here near Pisgah, moving up towards the Spindletop Estates. And then Lauredale, that's in Kentucky, in the Lexington area. Get ready for that. It's coming up towards Georgetown as well. And then up here near Swallowfield, we've got another decent storm that's going to be moving up to the north and east. And that one's going to be moving at 43 miles per hour towards Barry and Cynthiana. Cincinnati, your storm is not warned or anything right now, but you're going to have a lot of heavy rain and thunder and lightning and all that stuff over the next little bit. It's going to be a good ride. Look at this. Here's one of those cells that's kind of baking in all that instability that we were talking about earlier. There's a really good amount of convective energy down here. And there's a lot of dew points. Like this storm should theoretically get a little bit stronger on its approach to Campbellsville and Lebanon. It might not, but we'll definitely watch this one right now. It's got a special weather statement on it. It's definitely nothing to
A
be
new
worried
flash
about,
flood warning
but
has been
it's
issued.
Something to watch here as it goes up towards Campbellsville. Right now, it's producing half-inch hail and 50-mile-per-hour winds. Our biggest storm by far is going to be this bad boy up here in Ohio, near Waterford and Marietta. So somebody said, uh-oh. You should get a P.O. box. We do have a P.O. box. Hey, thanks for the very generous super chat, by the way, Spider. We do have a P.O. box. I think it's in the description, if I'm not mistaken. We have a P.O. box. Somebody sent me this. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to have a transparent moment with you here. I've failed you. There have been a couple of times where I needed to make a video, and it was a banana day, and we didn't have any bananas here. I thought that we could keep up with it. Keeping fresh produce at the Weather House has been really hard. It goes bad. You never know when you need a banana. It's really random. I don't know until the day of when I need a banana. So somebody sent this to me in the P.O. box. It's not real. And on more than one occasion, this has featured in my Real Ryan verification system. And, I wanted to apologize for lying to you guys, for being a fraud, and for using fake fruit to verify my real identity. But hey, it looks real. So I forget your name, but whoever sent this, really thank you, because this is actually really useful. And it does look real. If it wasn't so flimsy, you'd never know, son. So yeah, I'm glad I got that off my chest. It was weighing on me real hard, real heavy. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning down here for Bedford, Franklin, and Roanoke counties in Virginia. This storm is getting its act together just to the south of Roanoke, and it looks like it's got 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds on it as well. This one's going to be moving up into Westlake Corner, Cooper's Cove, Flint Hill, Mayflower Hills, Naff, and Red Valley, all in Virginia. We do have places like the Ferguson Airport in the path, We've got the Stanton River High School in the path as well, and the Oak Mobile Home Park. So get indoors and away from windows if you're in any of those places. Let's go back to Kentucky. In Lawrence County, Kentucky, we just got a brand new severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be a continuation of the warning that we had just east of West Liberty. Now this goes all the way over towards Blaine and Louisa. Still talking about 1-inch hail over here. Here's the current situation. We've got 11 severe thunderstorm warnings right now, a weather intensity score of 87. We've got 1 flash flood warning, 366 storm reports out there. But check this out. Here's what the last 12 hours have looked like. We've had 42 severe thunderstorm warnings so far today, I guess, over the past 12 hours. Most of our reports have been hail reports. But if I flip this over to 24 hours, you can see that the real peak of this severe weather, at least within the past 24 hours, was about exactly 24 hours ago when we had a weather intensity score of 104. We've had 12 tornado warnings over the past 24 hours. So we had a lot of activity last night. I do think we're going to see more activity tonight. But a lot of that's going to be over there in Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas, which is where we're going to be shifting our focus to whenever those storms start going. But right now, we've got 11 severe thunderstorm warnings. So this is cool. Now, we always have the ability to pull up the summary, right? So on a big day, we will always know exactly how many tornado warnings have been issued over the past 12 or 24 hours, severe thunderstorm warnings, flash flood warnings, the peak weather intensity score. Like, we've got all kinds of cool stats here for nerds. And I know you all are nerds, so you're going to love that. Hey, huge shout out to Freddie McKinney. Storm Chaser Freddie McKinney just hit 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. Everybody say congratulations to Freddie. Freddie's an awesome storm chaser. He deserves 1 million subscribers. He's halfway there, and that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal. Shout out to Freddie McKinney. How does Washington, Pennsylvania look today and tonight? Let's look at your severe risk. Washington, Pennsylvania. So you've got a notable threat. All right. And that's going to be from really today and all the way through the day tomorrow, really. We've got multiple rounds of weather that we're going to be watching over here. Today, specifically, you're under a marginal risk for hail and wind. And then we're going to have a decent amount of storm energy over here, a decent amount of wind shear. But the main thing that we're going to be worried about today, I guess, is going to be that wind and hail threat with your potential severe weather. So you're going to get that with these storms that are forming down here to your south as they move up towards you. You are under a severe thunderstorm watch right now. And then later tonight, there's going to be another round that comes through. And then tomorrow at some point, another round is going to come through. But more than likely, the storms today, if you get hit by something like this, these will be the stronger ones of the sequence. I think a lot of the worst weather is going to be taking place farther to the west. This is something that we've been talking about is, we've got our slight risk right here. We've got our slight risk over here. That's what we're talking about right now. But our attention is almost completely going to shift to Kansas City, Wichita, Oklahoma City, down here towards Abilene and San Angelo in Texas as we go into the evening hours, because this is where the big storms are going to be popping up. And then tomorrow, man, we really could have a pretty big system over here in Iowa, Madison, Wisconsin, over into Illinois with that 10% hatched risk of severe weather and tornadoes. This is our tornado probability forecast for tomorrow. We got a 10% probability of tornadoes happening within 25 miles of any given point in the yellow area, 5% in the brown, and 2% in the green. And then the hatched indicator, which encompasses the entire thing, means that the maximum reasonable intensity for any tornado here is going to be EF2, maybe slightly greater than that. So the whole thing is hatched. So even if you're in a 2% risk, although your probability is lower, the type of tornado, the strength of the tornado that you could see is still right up there, because we're going to have a pretty dynamic system. We're going to have lots of wind shear tomorrow. But if somebody's going to see a tornado tomorrow, it's more than likely going to be in that yellow zone. At least that's what we think right now. That could change tomorrow. Coming back to our big storm over here in Morgan and Washington counties in Ohio, we still have that severe thunderstorm warning for 2-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds and a tornado possible tag. There is a little bit of rotation on this, so hopefully everybody's in their safe spots out here. Oh, by the way, checking in on the WeatherWise app is easy now. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Hold on. Right now, we've got 100 people checking in from Ohio, 50 from West Virginia, Kentucky, Indiana, Missouri. You guys are all checked in here. If you have checked into the WeatherWise app in the past, okay, and you thought it was annoying because you had to do all these CAPTCHA games, guess what? No longer, son. You don't have to do it anymore. It's much easier to check in on the WeatherWise app. So if you want to put your dot on the map and you don't want to be annoyed, now's a good time to do it. And as far as I know, the CAPTCHA is never coming back, unless you are actually a robot. So that is good news. Now let's talk to meteorologist Andy Hill.
Brian, hopefully this is working today.
Yes.
Sweet. I am calling in to let you know we have our first blips in western Oklahoma. So our machine learning models are showing that in about an hour and 10 minutes or so, 60 to 70 minutes, we'll have our first hints at severe probabilities. And that's right in line with our blips starting up. So those will be the guys to watch. I think that we'll be watching northwest Oklahoma pretty closely there for all hazards threat, and maybe a more hail-oriented threat for southwest Oklahoma up to the I-40 corridor right now. So I know we have two sets of chasers. Some are in southwest Oklahoma. Some are going to the northern part of that risk in the Oklahoma area. And I think those will be the areas to watch as a result with our first blips here.
All right. Thank you very much, meteorologist Andy Hill. So yeah, we've got some big storms coming over here. There's a 95% probability that we are going to see a new watch here very soon. So we are definitely going to see a new watch pop up here, more than likely a tornado watch, and that's going to be in effect for the rest of the evening. So this will include areas from up there near Wichita all the way down to Wichita Falls over to Oklahoma City. And these little blips are some of the first storms that we'll be keeping an eye on. Notice, though, how a lot of our storm chasers are displaced a little bit farther to the north and east. We've got Corey Gherkin, Brandon Kopic, and all these guys up here on Interstate 35 north of Stillwater and north of Oklahoma City, north and east of Enid. They're going to give these storms some time to cook, and maybe even wait on some additional storms to pop up over here a little bit farther to the east. And it'll be interesting to see what they see as time goes on. And we'll pull their feeds back up so we can actually see what they see. Parking lot. And then we've got another watch area over here. 40% probability that a new severe thunderstorm watch gets issued over here between Tulsa, Springfield, and southeastern portions of Kansas. So we're going to have other storms starting to pop up over here around Bartlesville, Joplin, and Stockton and Osceola as well over the next little bit, and we'll be keeping a very close eye on those. Bob, thanks for becoming a slight risker. Yes, we got an early start today. An early start. Now, while we wait for those storms to initiate out in the plains, we have an active and dangerous situation unfolding right now along the Ohio and West Virginia border. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning for Washington and Morgan counties, moving directly towards Marietta and Williamstown at 30 miles per hour. Marietta, you guys are next in line here. We got somebody out here saying Marietta, Ohio is prepared. Well, that's good. The weather's getting really bad here. Yeah, this is, once again, we're getting close to 80. Like there's a really strong core on this storm here, and it's likely got some large hail and probably just a lot of hail as well. A lot of golf balls with some, bigger hail mixed in there, moving right into Devola and Oak Grove. If anybody's watching out there, this is really going to hit hard. Get ready for that. Speaking of hail, here's what it looked like out there in Morgan County, Kentucky. This is the West Liberty storm that we were just looking at. This is some really nice round hail today. It doesn't look as dangerous and as jagged as some of the other hail that we've been watching in these other storms. But yeah, that's some quarter-size hail out there. Thank you, Larry, for sending that in. Here's some more flooding out there in the Baltimore, Wood County,